I do not own the rights to this music, Facebook. This is Tim's Free Your Mind or Free Mind. We are live. Hello.
I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my eyes. I think I heard it so much and it was I've been wondering all day. Tried to be fine, but I can't be. Annoyed in my mind wouldn't leave me. Trying to get by, but I'm burning. I mean, my mind is running. All these thoughts are troubling. Fighting to give up, I mean. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind, running to the other side.
Come on in, guys. We're just sharing this to some groups.
Did you tag me already?
Yeah. You don't see it? I shared it on my page. Let me show my text.
I think you gotta tag me because it won't let me.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. That you cannot buy, tell me all that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy, finding a way where you cannot see. Mine with this system you cannot break. I need to find relief. Only I only that's how I need. I need to give up my baby. I need to be on my lane, my mind. Running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life. When it tries to take me out. Tell you where I'm living.
Tiffany Lewis and I.
Free as any open mind, farther than the eye can handle. Free as any ocean now,
Not sure why it's
now I need to find relief. Take me to the open sky.
okay. I'm not sure why it's not allowing me to. Let me tag you over here. Oh, you got it. All right. Bad times. All right, we are live. Welcome. Today we are talking about branding in real estate, and we're talking about getting into the luxury market. I have had a pleasure of working with Tiffany, like 2 years ago, maybe?
I think so, yes. It's been that long, but
yeah. So, and I've been watching her brand grow. She's been growing like crazy. And I'm like, hey, you got to come on my show. We got to teach other people how to do this. So she humbly obliged. And welcome, Tiffany. Go ahead and introduce
you. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Well, introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, like your brokerage and all that stuff.
My name is Tiffany Lewis. I am will be with Keller Williams in Upper Marlboro. But my name is Tiffany Lewis. I've been a realtor for 4 years. I help both buyers and sellers, with the home process, buyers and sellers process.
Perfect. And she's amazing, guy. She don't play. If you pre-approve, she give you under contract quick. So she's amazing at what she does. What I noticed is her brand is blowing up, and she was telling me that she's breaking into the luxury market. And so, what are some of the advice you would give people, like methods you use to grow your brand?
Well, I think the biggest thing is for me is just to be yourself. A lot of times, and then to know your audience. I have about 15 years of sales background. I've done telemarketing.
I've done in-store sales, and it's like an omni-channel approach when you do marketing. So you have to know how to kind of engage whatever target audience that you're doing. So if you have a social media platform, you kind of got to gauge what about yourself does your audience like, and kind of put that out there, because your work will speak for itself. For my most part, for my social media platform is just for my brand, for my name. But as far as my real estate leads and things like that, I kind of invest in my clients, and it's a referral based business that a lot of times, my work, they love my work and they refer people to me. So it's like, I get business from that as well. Every once in a while, I'll get leads from social media, which is always great. But that's kind of like to kind of brand me so that I can get into that luxury market. When people see who you are and they see that you have a big following base, a lot of times, you get a lot of endorsements with that. So, that's where the growing your brand comes in. When you want to get in that luxury market and, people want to kind of network with you, invite you to different events and things like that. That's what those platforms are for me.
I got you. Okay. No, I understand. That's great, because that's kind of what my mentor taught me when I first started. It was just like people will want to know you. They want to know your brand.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't just push what you do on people all day.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
they want to see you. They want to see your family. They want to see, and then they will buy from you as a person.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, I kind of talk about that all the time.
Yeah. So that's the point of me doing these shows, because what I've noticed is a lot of people come to me and they don't know much about the home buying process, which is something that we lack in our community. Growing up, we lack the being properly taught about financing, about home buying, about different loan types, all that stuff. That should be something that really should be taught in school. But we're not being taught that. So I said, let me come out here, do this. I love teaching people and I love being in front of the camera. But, I love just uplifting my people, uplifting people who need it. So that's the point of this. And that's kind of what I'm branding myself as. I'm your lender. I can do the job, like you said. There are so many lenders out here and realtors out here. We all have the same products. We all can get you the same interest rate, et cetera, et cetera. What I need people to understand is that I set myself apart by actually caring about your transaction, caring about you, and educating you on the business. So.
And it's an excellent thing you're doing, because that's what makes the people feel comfortable. And that's kind of what draws business and makes our community more comfortable when they see you on social media, that you're, interacting with other people. Because a lot of times that's what social media is for you to relax, to you enjoy yourself. And with COVID, and a lot of establishments, like a lot of things and events are not open. A lot of people are relying for mental health just to, see people engaging, and that's the big thing that you're doing, and it's good that you're doing it, because, I can see it growing your business, because a lot of people are sitting at home like, okay, they're watching your show and they're saying, yeah, I can definitely, I've watched it a couple of times. You had some great guests. So I can see how, that can be helpful to a lot of people, especially now, so.
Right. So what the advice I would give is that you are your brand. Like,
absolutely.
You are your brand. Know who you are. Be proud of who you are. Get out there and show people who you are, because that's what's going to attract people, you being original. You can't go out here trying to do what everybody else is doing, because, people are going to be drawn to you. So, sorry, let's talk about this luxury market. So I'm watching the show. What is it? Not Selling Sunset, the other one, Selling Tampa. Is that the type of houses you're trying to sell, or that you sell already? Or is that what you mean when you say luxury market?
Well, I haven't seen that show. Numerous people have texted me and called me and said, you should think about reality, but I don't watch much TV. So I don't actually know what kind of show, what kind of houses they have on there. But what I envision is like mansion, like 13,000, 20,000 square feet homes, with cathedral ceilings and beautiful lights. And it's because that's what I like, if that was my dream home, that's what I would be in. So that's why I'm kind of interested in getting that market, because I just like to live my life on who I am. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, if I could be afforded to live in a particular house, it will be that type of house. So that's why my vision is to kind of move towards that market, because that's my passion. So
Awesome. Amen. Yeah, the show, I watched probably the first 4 or 5 episodes. It's just about young ladies that are trying to sell luxury houses like you just described. And you know, it's really, it was interesting. They didn't share a lot about the real estate side, in my opinion. The episodes I saw was them introducing the ladies and who the
okay.
realtors are, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so here in DC, we know in DC, Maryland, Virginia, this is a very expensive place to live. Um, Most of the houses in DC, I don't see anything decent now for less than 600,000.
I don't see anything pretty much at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't even a 3, 4, 5. I just actually sent the list to one of my partners that I did not see too many homes right now on the market. I just sent them the whole $300,000 and $400,000 price range, and I said, you know what? I don't see anything on the market. I got to hold 1 second. I got to let my daughter into school. Let my daughter.
Okay, go ahead. Take your time. Sure. Go ahead. So yeah, so I was saying I didn't see a lot. In DC, most of it is considered luxury right now because that's just the area we live in. So the houses are going from nice houses in DC are going from 900 to up. You know, so the luxury or the the tier for buying a house, right? So we have your conforming loan. Conforming just means that by the end of your loan cycle, right, you're going to pay off your loan. So if you're buying something for $1 million, over 30 years, you're going to pay a set price, including your interest and your taxes and your principal on the loan. And it's going to be paid off after that 30 years. So that's what a conforming loan is. So those conforming loans are usually um, lower homes. So it can go up to like 500,000 or 600,000 is the cap. And then after you go over that, you become a high balance loan. Those are still conforming loans. But they are underwritten just a tiny bit different, but they're still agency loans. So when we say agency, we mean the Federal Housing Administration, which is FHA, or conventional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae. Those people are the agencies. So you can get a high balance loan and still be a agency loan. And when you go over in DC, the cap for high balance is 970, so 970,800. Once you go over that, your loan amount is over that, then you go into the jumbo loan territory. And the jumbo loans are underwritten a little bit different. You pay a little bit different taxes on it because it's in the luxury realm of things. So you have to make sure that you consult your accountant and all that good stuff when you're buying, when you're doing jumbo loans. And we have so many different options for jumbo loans. Mm-hmm. So the pre-approval process is about the same. You will come to me, right? And you'll get pre-approved. We need to see your bank statements, your pay stubs, all of your bank statements with all of your income, all of your funds, any other houses that you own. We need all of that information. And then we pre-approve you. Then you go out with Miss Tiffany and she will take you to see your dream home, this dream luxury home. So what are some of the things that you do with your clients when they come to you and they say, okay, I want to buy this luxury house?
Well, first thing I do is kind of gauge, just to make sure that they have been pre-approved with you. Because that's the most important thing. We want to make sure that we are looking at homes that's within their financial ability. And once we clear, that they can afford it, I kind of look into what they're comfortable, what they want in their home, as far as square footage, bedrooms, area, things of that nature. And then I kind of narrow down, send them a list of homes, and then we go out and kind of, house shop. So.
Nice. Okay. Is it pretty much the same process as somebody that's not looking for a luxury house, or is it more like involved? Do I have to Like you have to do any clearances, or I'm not clearances, but is there some special permission you need to have to go to these houses?
Sometimes they may require you to be pre-approved through their lenders. I've seen in occasions, but often it's just as long as they have a pre-approval letter with the amount listed, we're able to kind of get. And that's not often either. It just depends on me. It might be a celebrity in a home, something like that. So it just depends on who the home belongs to and their comfortability. It depends. A lot of times, people in those homes may have bio things. So they may, want a more thorough check on who's coming to their home. So it just depends.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. How about the clientele? Let's talk clientele. Do you find that people that are looking for jumbo homes may be a little more difficult to please, I guess, as far as houses you show? Yeah.
I mean, honestly, not really. A lot of times I would say that in every price range, it just depends on the client and their knowledge. And that's why it's good to kind of educate your client before you go out and look at, okay, this is our price range, this is what out here, and let's kind of compare on what you're looking for. And that makes the job much easier when you go out because everybody has realistic expectations. I know what they're looking for, they know what to expect. So it's not that difficult. So, in the rare occasions that maybe someone, kind of has a difficulty with gauging those two, we may have problems. But for me, I really don't have that because we kind of, do our kind of due diligence in the beginning before we go out to make sure that we are looking at the right homes. So.
Absolutely. All right, we got a question here. Andrew says, how do you find clients for that market? For that type of market base?
Well, that one you have to, I would say it's pretty much networking. And that's why I'm getting into the modeling industry. Mm-hmm. And I feel like with the modeling industry, it puts me in rooms with different people that may so happen to kind of, I could stumble across, because those type of clients, they're kind of, unless you are 100%, and even those clients that may sell, like, it was one agent, I can't even remember her name, but we're friends on IG. She sells Cardi B a lot of homes, but real estate in general, if you're successful, it's more of a referral-based business. So you got to kind of build your way up to that network so that you can get referrals. So that's what I would say. Kind of work on your brand and get yourself within those rooms or those people that can afford them. You kind of build relationships with them, that's your name.
Amen. It's all about the type of rooms you can get yourself into and the position you can get yourself into.
That's why brand is so important.
Yes, networking is so important. For a person like me, I'm not a people's person. I think that's why I like social media so much, because I can interact with people without really interacting with people. What kind of advice would you give those agents who are kind of shy and reserved and don't really know how to put themselves out there?
Oh, I'm very much an introvert, so I'm the same way. It's just like I kind of vision what my goal is. So once I vision what my goal is, kind of like, okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Okay, this is my day. Okay, and I kind of prepare my energy. A lot of what I'm doing now is kind of manifesting a lot of things to just try to kind of, I want to say, build up my energy to kind of get to where I'm going. So it's like, I think a lot of agents, if you're looking for a bigger outcome, you definitely got to work on yourself. That's a big thing, because you have to interact with, that's what it is. I would say the old me 10 years ago, this wouldn't be me, social, but I've kind of gotten outside my box, and it's kind of forcing me to kind of do it, just like with the modeling thing. Like, I'm not a public speaker. I'm getting used to it because that's what I'm going to have to do. But it's like just basically just challenging yourself to kind of step out there and be comfortable, because, if you're talking to $1 million clients, $1 billion clients, they may not be social, but they listening to what you're saying. And that's how they want to pick who they want to work with. So you want to make sure you are the one who they want to work with. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was listening to a clip of Jay-Z saying recently that, and it's a viral clip on TikTok, saying that when you walk in the room, you have to be who you are. You have to be confident. You don't change you don't change your gaze. You don't look down. You don't let anybody look at you as if you're less than. And you stand tall with confidence, and that's
100% right. And you get that out of working on yourself. Once you start working on yourself and you building up that confidence It don't matter if you make it $50,000. You could be in the room with a billionaire, and if your confidence up here, we right here. What we talk about? That's how it goes. So your confidence don't have your value on it. You who you are, and that's it. So
yes. Okay, good. That we can talk about how are you feeling? I mean, not you per se, but those who are viewing. How do you feel about yourself and your confidence level? When you start with, if you're looking, oh man, how am I going to grow my business? Look in the mirror first, right? Then you say, how do I feel about myself? What is it that I want to achieve? How can I go about doing it? And then you work on steps and goals on how to get there. You mentioned manifesting your life and where you are now. What does that entail for you as far as even the beginning steps of manifesting the life?
I kind of just get, like I said, what I want, and I just every day, and it might be, I want to say every 2 hours, I might just think about, okay, this is what I want. Universe, give me what I want. Please give me the energy, give me the vibes. Just set the tone for me to just be able to kind of see this through, So I just think of what I want, and I make a list of it. And in my room, I guess you guys can't really see that because I have it, but I have different things. Like I have this monkey right here. This monkey, this is the ape, and it's holding its baby. So I keep things around this that are inspirational. This is me taking care of my babies. You know what I'm saying? So I keep different things around me that kind of give me that energy that, okay, this is what I'm working for. And it kind of just feeds me. So I just surround myself by good vibes. That's what I would say for me.
That's awesome. I love that. That monkey with the baby just sent chills through my spine. Why? Because I
got another one too. Y'all want to see another one? This is my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you my favorite. This one right here, this is I want to say a woman. Hold on, give me a second. This is a woman, and she's stretching in a ballerina. Like essence real estate agents, people think it's easy, but it's not. But this right here just shows a woman that's flexible and her strength and just a lot. I have different things around my office, but I look for things like this just to keep me motivated. If I had a camera, I'd go around, but that's for me. I got to keep seeing stuff. Just like I have a target board. I have about what is my yearly goal, where I'm at now, and as far as, weeks, then the quarterly, and how many pre-approvals I have. I just keep things around me that just keeps a reminder of where I'm trying to go.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. That you just gave me some advice because I don't have a lot of visuals around, but I do keep it in my head. Yeah, it's definitely
just in a quick second you can look at your phone and see something that will just mess your mind up. So It's like you gotta consistently keep yourself at a level that if something just so happens you're scrolling through Facebook and you see something crazy that your mind has already been here all day. So therefore, if you see something that you don't like, it's just okay, whatever, because your mind is so used to being here. So that's what I'm training myself to do, is keep my mind here. So
that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Yeah, because being a mom and being an entrepreneur is not easy. Like you just had to get up in the middle of your show to go get your babies. We do anything and everything for our children. And we work so hard for them. And part of our brand is them. A part of our success is them. A part of what we do is because they're watching us and they're going to see everything that we're doing, that's what we're instilling in them. So that's a big part of my life and what makes me keep going, what makes me keep building. And then who you surround yourself with, your circle of people and your circle of friends, those people who are going to motivate you. All of this is important with building a brand.
Absolutely. Because you got to be your top self. You have to be your top self. You got to be able to perform at 100%, and that's kind of why I'm decided to kind of switch to where I'm going as far as brokerage, because I want to be surrounded by that energy of mega agents, those people who are continuing to want to grow, because sometimes you get stagnant and it's like, you got to pick between, okay, do you want to stay and it depends on where you are. I'm 4 years in. So I feel as though that I still have a lot to learn. I was at one brokerage that, we were getting, it was more commission based versus, kind of I wouldn't say upper mobility, but growth, and that's important. You got to want to continue to want to grow, in your business.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what I look at mine as, is my business. So I want to try to see where I can go to get better, because that's the ultimate goal. Because I don't want to, show houses all day, but I know as I evolve, I'm going to think of more things that I can do that I'm less involved, but I make more money.
That makes sense. And what about, do you have a team? Like, how did you build a team as far as like transaction coordinators, assistants, etc.? Is that important with breaking into the luxury market, or, you can do it?
I would just say it's more for business in general. Because I would say if I'm not 100% in the luxurious market, but I would assume my vision of being in a luxurious market, I wouldn't be working much. So if I had the consistent clientele that I had, but as far as what I'm doing right now, it's a must, because I want to kind of focus on me just being a person that kind of markets and kind of, bring clients in and have an operational team to support me to be able to do everything that I can't do. Because my face, my name, my brand is what gets us. So that's where I need it at. I can pay people to do everything else. So, and they do a really good job with my team for, I want to say, like 2 years now. And they, they're good.
That's awesome. You're nobody without your team. And that's a big thing that I try to tell people. Those people who are behind you and who are fueling you, that's what makes you you. And that's what makes you be a good mentor to the people that's coming behind you. Do you offer mentorship to some other agent?
No, not at this time, no. I'm still trying to work on myself. Once I get to where I'm going, then I'll be able to support, and I would love to. That's kind of my vision, is to take the leadership, and I know with Williams, where I'm going to, they have different platforms. You can kind of grow and be different areas in leadership, but I just want to kind of focus on where I'm going. Get there, get comfortable, get stable, and I'll be able to kind of help people. So, but people come to me all the time, I want to get in the real estate market, and I kind of send them what I kind of went through, the different lessons that I took, and on the side, trainings that I've had. But as far as physically doing it, I don't have the capacity to do it at this time.
Okay. All right. We have one more question. So Andrew was asking, is the transition into the luxury market easily accessible to minorities, or do you find it difficult? Do you have any obstacles that you've noticed?
Well, I'm not 100% in the market at this time, so I would not be able to fully speak on that. But I just think, again, it's just based on just getting yourself into a network of people that can afford that market. That's what I would say, is that you will have to, because you have successful, wealthy people in all races. So I couldn't see that it would be a problem. It just depends on where you are.
Gotcha. The circles you're in. That makes sense.
That's what I would say.
I love it. Yeah, it's a lot of successful minorities out here.
And it's more than you know it. Like it's a lot of people that are just like us, that's successful.
Yes.
It's just all about you, kind of, like I said, having that vision and just staying focused. It's possible. It's more possible than people would know. And I say it because I was at the Postal Service for 13 years, and I left within the second year of me being in real estate, because of the type of income that I'm able to bring into my home, and then the type of freedom that I had for my family. I would have never known that I could afford the life that I have now, I would say 15 years ago. So it's a lot of things that you can do. It just, like I said, it just depends on, what avenue you decide to go.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, what about the beauty, the modeling and stuff? How did that come about?
I was at CLA Titles Christmas party last year, and somebody approached me, and he was like, "Well, you should think about doing modeling." And then I was like, "Okay." So we had a conversation. He was just like, "Well, we kind of use that as an event for marketing. It's a lot of networking events that you can get into." And I was like, "Well, you know what? that's a great idea, because again, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to network with people, and it's like, okay, well, if you win this, I signed up to do a modeling event. And do you hear noise in the background? You hear music in the background? I'm trying to see if you can hear my daughter's iPad in the background.
But, a little bit, but it's okay. It's not distracting.
Okay, yeah. So, if I'm going to win the title. So when I win the title, I'm becoming an ambassador for you. So, they pay for my photo shoots. They send me to different network events to represent their business. And it's just different opportunities being a model that you can do, to kind of, get your name out there further to people. And it will be sponsored by other people, So for me, it's a good advantage. It's a win-win situation.
I absolutely love that. That's very outside of the box, but that's a great method to break into this, to get into those circles. You have to be very creative and very transparent when you go out to these places. So she has one more question. Said, as a photographer, I have a client who's an ex-model who is currently in the luxury market. I can see the value in gaining access to a larger number of people. Okay. So that's just really a comment. Yeah. So I love that. Thank you so much for interacting, Andrea.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So that's all, man. We at our 30-minute mark. I try to keep these to 30 minutes. I know you have a meeting coming up. I really appreciate you joining me.
I appreciate you giving me time. Like I said, with me doing my event in May, I got to get comfortable with speaking. Like, I'm public speaking, even though I took it in college. I never had to really do it. So now I'm trying to get outside my box, because I'm really, most of the time, you even notice when I post on Facebook, I'm by myself a lot. So, this is giving me the opportunity to reach out and connect with people. So anytime, give me a call.
Thank you so much. All right. Tell people how they can get in touch with you.
Okay. You can reach me. I'm social media. I'm not sure if I am tagged in this live, but it's Tiffany Lewis. My name is Tiffany Lewis, and my email address is tiffanyLsaleshouse@gmail.com, or you can give me a call or text at 240-722-7880.
All right, guys. First, before you go to Tiffany, you got to get pre-approved.
That's girl. You have to do that.
You got to get pre-approved. And she doesn't just do luxury houses. She does it all. Like, she does it all. She can find a house for you. I'm telling you, we had a client together, and I was like, how's she going to find this house? She found the house, and she got under contract. So she works with all types of clientele. Give her a call. If you want to get pre-approved with me, you have my cell is 301-326-7555. You can always start your application at www.approvemesandra.com. If you want to see any past videos that I have, it's a lot of gems that we're dropping here, guys. And this is all for you. This is all for people who need this assistance, people who need the education, because what you don't want to do is buy a $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 house, $1 million house, and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So that's where we come in. We're professionals. You allow us to help you and guide you through the process, and we'll do that to the best of our ability. You can always comment. Please share the video. Please like our pages. And again, we're here if you need us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Bye.